You guys, hello, welcome back to the vlog. Today, let's go back to the year 1950, which means we need to get rid of all the color in this video because that didn't come out in consumer-facing TVs until 1954. So now we can go ahead and proceed. Why do I sound like this? Well, whoever made me sound like this is gonna get taken to Antsville. I'll give him a shiner, ain't that a bite? Certainly wouldn't Nichols. What is happening? If I actually put you through that and talk like that the whole video, I'm not gonna do that. Hi, I'm Sean. I make videos on this channel making dishes that people want me to make based on donations that come in. And today we've got such a special one, a real dewdropper. No, let's give it up for the donor, Mr. Michael S. Today we're using a double boiler to make Tuna Rarebit. Yes, that's right, it's called Tuna Rarebit. Back in 1950, there was a show called A Date with Your Family, and they would run these like almost little PSAs. The gas company made one for Tuna Rarebit, and it is the most 1950s thing you will ever watch. And I really want to watch this with you guys here today, react along with it, and then make Tuna Rarebit. You're gonna find this hilarious, disgusting, intriguing, upsetting, every adjective, emotion that you can feel, you'll feel that today.
No one starts eating until father has served himself. Let father and mother guide the conversational trend if they desire.
You guys, this video is so good that I'm just willingly gonna take the copyright strike on my channel to play this and react to it. Tuna Rarebit, today on the show for Sean's first time eating. You want a knuckle sandwich? Because to me, Michael S., you're cruising for a bruising. Stop.
Don't insult your brother or sister with offensive remarks about friends. Arguments, harsh words mean tension and distress for everyone.
To promote their stovetops, like gas stovetops, the gas company in 1950 would make these productions to show like family, wholesome family values, like mother and daughter cooking.
There is no family so poor but that the evening meal can be eaten in an atmosphere of warmth and gentleness.
Let's just, I don't want to give too much of it away. Is this an episode of Looney Tunes, dude?
The sandwich is practically an American institution. It is a basic essential for lunch boxes, parties, and picnics. As far as these boys are concerned, well, hamburgers and hot dogs are their idea of a really good meal.
Why are they standing so close to each other? They are housing these sandwiches. I love the old school Coke bottles, by the way, but I like that there's not talking to each other, standing 1 foot away and just pounding their lunches. Well, they like hamburgers and hot dogs as a good meal.
But there are sandwiches and sandwiches. When Sally Gasco and her mother bring guests home for a late snack after a movie, they have something special in the way of a sandwich in mind.
They have something special in the way of a sandwich. Let's try to duck and weave and make the English language more confusing than it needs to be.
Sally calls it Tuna Rarebit. Let's watch how she makes it.
Let's. So she's getting butter out.
This is a sandwich for forks. An open-face creation, in other words, with a cheese, milk, and tuna fish mixture on top.
Lot to process there. It's a sandwich of the open-facing type, okay? Also, that's actually impressive. I didn't think open-face sandwiches were a thing until like Brooklyn in 1994. But anyways, then just dropping the fact that we're about to have tuna, cheese, and milk together on bread. I wonder why this didn't catch on.
The basis will be rye bread, Mother's idea. She found that the spicy caraway flavor made a good contrast to the bland fish and cheese.
Did the mom want credit? I was the one that said rye bread because of the caraway seeds. a bread of the rye type.
So the edges won't harden and curl when toasted, and so they'll be easier to eat later. She cuts them lightly with a knife. Sally puts a cube, about a square inch, of butter into the top of a double boiler.
Square inch.
A little butter finds its way into a great many dishes in this kitchen, not only for flavor, but as a blending agent.
Butter finds its way in by a great deal in this kitchen. What's that smile for? She's so proud of her daughter.
Part of the trick to entertaining unexpected guests is keeping on hand certain generally useful foods. One of these is cheese of an easy melting type, which Sally is going to use as a base for the rarebit.
Cheese of the easy melting. Why is this guy talking in riddles? And why did everybody talk like that? A cheese of the easy melting type. Was he doing an accent, or was that how people talked? Also, she put butter and then cheese in there.
To speed the melting,
and she's
she cuts
cutting
this
it
into slices in the milk and butter mixture.
Yeah,
while Mother
okay.
butters the bread.
Okay, so she's got her water boiling.
The simmer flame keeps the water boiling gently,
And then she
while the
puts
cheese
all the
is
tuna
melting,
fish in.
so that Sally can go on to other tasks. She adds the canned chunk-style tuna fish, and notice that she uses a wooden spoon to avoid discoloration
This poor
of the mixture.
girl has to cook this meal for her brothers, who get to just stand in the other room 1 foot away from each other, just smashing sandwiches and Cokes, while this is the most 1950s thing I've ever seen. Mother and daughter are slaving away in the kitchen for Tuna Rarebit, while Dylan and Danny slam their Coca-Colas and sandwiches, and sometimes there's other sandwiches.
Sally adds potato chips to the menu. They used to be exclusively picnic fare, but they've joined the host of useful accessory foods which make entertaining so much easier and more fun for teenagers.
Okay, so potato chips used to be only picnic fare. So like someone eventually like put them out at a party, and then someone made a comment that was like, whoa, what, are we at a picnic? I didn't know we were having dinner on the ground tonight. And they were like, no, you know what? I tried it. These potato chips are actually totally cool in the kitchen too. They were like, what? It's normally reserved for picnics. I like how she sneaks a potato chip.
The bread was toasted quickly in the broiler, and the rarebit is nearly ready to serve.
So they put the butter on the bread first and then toasted it, huh?
Let's see.
Interesting.
What will be the beverage?
Let's see. What will be the beverage? I don't know. I'm hanging on every word though.
Mother thinks she'll give the guests a choice of Coke or milk.
So 1950s. All right, so what does everybody want? You guys want Coke or milk? Just drinking a glass of milk at a party.
When you can offer guests a choice easily, it's a gracious gesture.
It sure is.
Now it's time to serve. 2 slices of toast are neatly arranged on each plate, and the filling, or perhaps we should say covering, goes on top.
This tutorial didn't give us any, they literally said a square inch of butter. Like, we're measuring the butter. They didn't say how much cheese. The tuna fish, was it like just a can? There's no measurements, truly. This is just a wing it.
Sally knows you should serve cream dishes with extra caution. An effective carelessness here is no asset.
What? Play that back, play that back. What is it? What?
Sally knows you should serve cream dishes with extra caution. An effective carelessness here is no asset.
Bro, that sentence made so little sense that I'm now more confused than if he didn't talk. What?
Mother is a great believer in the aesthetic value of parsley, and of course it's good to eat too.
She's a great believer
Now
in
a touch
parsley.
of Tabasco for color and a taste surprise.
They were eating hot sauce in
and there's
1950.
Tuna Rarebit a la Sally Gasco.
Tuna Rarebit
As
a
we
la...
said, there are sandwiches and sandwiches. A wise young homemaker using good techniques and equipment and a little imagination can turn a sandwich into festive fare.
These kids are just crushing their lunch. Also, I love how he brought it all full circle. See, I told you, there's sandwiches and then there's sandwiches. Dude, I am so excited to make this and so disgusted by what we're making. I'm glad you're here. Okay, I'm not gonna watch it back. I'm just gonna wing it.
There are sandwiches and sandwiches.
Mike's vlog, you see? This will be the first time I've ever used a double boiler. I got like a smaller one, so I don't know if we're gonna have to work in batches or this will be big enough for everything. Well, 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 if it isn't Mr. Rory Boyle. How's it going, Rory? Dear God. Okay, no. Shameful. So you want to put this on here so that the water isn't actually touching. Want to make sure I didn't overfill it. Okay, 1 square inch of butter. Cheese of the easy melting type. Tuna of the chunk variety. Gross. A little bit of milk. Wooden spoon. I'm still really shook by that line at the end.
Sally knows you should serve cream dishes with extra caution. An effective carelessness here is no asset.
Fascinating. So in all seriousness, we want this to basically just be like a creamy paste that goes over the toast. What a fascinating way to cook. Double boiler. I'm gonna put this cheese in just cause. I'm gonna put my buttered bread, and I did set the oven to broil. Put it in the broiler. So I'm gonna put it in the broiler. I'm gonna add more tuna so this thickens. You know, I was gonna pour myself a big glass of milk because I like to give myself options. I wonder whatever happened to Sally Gasco. Diet Coke, so good. Sorry I'm not gonna stand and chug it like those boys. Dylan and Danny. All right, this is thickening up a lot better. See, now it's kind of like a thicker paste, so I feel better about that. Before, I was thinking it was too watery. So yeah, that's a nice, I can't believe I'm saying that's nice. It looks better than it could. We got a thickness. We're down with the thickness. Imagine if Sally heard that song. She'd be going off to parties and doing drugs at a very young age. I'm gonna turn this off. Get our bread out of the broiler. Move this off the heat. Bread's nice and crispy. What a weird feeling this is. I'm gonna do a very 2022 thing and use a slotted spoon and not a wooden spoon, and it's metal. But I wanna get at least amount of liquid as possible. So now we're gonna put that Tuna Rarebit right there on the bread. Somehow eyeballed that really well where we have exactly enough for like 2 slices. Wow. I have some parsley, because I know they fancy that parsley on there. It's good to eat too. And check this out. The teeniest, tiniest little bottle of Tabasco you ever did see.
Now a touch of Tabasco for color and a taste surprise. And there's Tuna Rarebit a la Sally Gasco.
This bottle is small, but not as small as the chances that Sally didn't grow up in a broken home. Okay, little splash of Tabasco. And there we have it. Tuna Rarebit a la Shawnee Gasco. I'm no longer Shawnee 2 sandwiches, I'm Shawnee Rarebit. Tuna Rarebit, there's no way I can't like this, right? I'm pretty easygoing on stuff like this. I like everything that went into it. It's just the dairy with the tuna, I don't know. What do you think?
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
All right, you guys, Tuna Rarebit. For the first, and I can guarantee only time, Michael S., cheers. I can tell you right now, doesn't need milk. That is a delightful snack though with that Coke. If you like tuna and cheese and butter, you won't hate this. This is just so unnecessary. But you know what? In trying times, being able to throw those things together and make something, a sandwich of the open facing type, I get it. If you're gonna do this, leave the milk out. The butter will do the lubing up for you. The Tabasco's really nice on it. Kind of reminds me of shit on a shingle. I can't believe I actually made this. Let me try eating this without a fork too. Some people for open facing just do this. I love rye bread. I'm gonna be honest, it's growing on me a little bit, and I feel weird admitting that to you. But I kind of want to reward myself for a job well done. Dude is a savage. Can you fucking imagine having people over for a dinner party? Everyone sits down and you serve everyone in the room tuna rarebit? That would be the greatest bit of all time. We call it Tuna Rarebit. There are sandwiches, and then, well, to be honest, there are sandwiches. All right, let me know if you would eat this, if you've ever eaten a version of this. Searching Tuna Rarebit on Google Images was really fun because I just saw a lot of real weird stuff. A lot of people use peas in theirs. Do what you want to do, you know? I also get it, it's such a cheap meal. Can of tuna, so cheap. Cheese, milk, butter. It is stuff you probably have around, especially in a 1950s refrigerator and a 1950s pantry. All right, well, Tuna Rarebit up, Tuna Rarebit down. Get to finish the other part of this alone in my apartment.
Sally knows you should serve cream dishes with extra caution. An effective carelessness here is no asset.
I'm getting that tattooed on across my back in Comic Sans font. See you again soon for another one of these videos.
He has had a hard day at the office, and in his briefcase are some contracts which must be looked over tonight.